Hello everyone, I am Sude and today I am going to mention about critical thinking standards. Before we begin, let's start to what is the main role of thinking in our life. For example, this lesson's name is actually critical writing, but always we should think like this. You cannot write before or without thinking. Yes. What is critical thinking? Critical thinking means thinking clearly and intelligently. For instance, um, how can I explain? Imagine you came across an online news an article claiming that a new miracle diet can help you lose 10 pounds in a week. Critical thinking would involve questioning source credibility, evaluating the scientific evidence behind the claim, and considering whether it aligns with your understanding of nutrition. If we have a critical thinking ability, if we have a critical thinking skill, we can understand this kind of names, this kind of nonsense are not true, and we cannot believe them immediately. The other one, clarity. Clarity thinkers strive for maximum clarity of idea as well as maximum clarity of the language. I wanna make this topic giving a more example because I can understand with help of example, and I guess you can understand clearly with the help of this kind of example. Thank you for your understanding for now. Clarity for me, for example, setting your goals. For example, my goal is right now save money for my future, and I am critical thinking person, and I must do this specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound goals. If I do this like that, my clarity makes my process effectively, and if I bound on this kind of rules, I will be successful at the end of this stage. Precision. Precision is like a let me give an example. Think about the importance of asking precise question. When, uh, for example, we are at workplace right now, and we are trying to making a new curriculum or new syllabus for our education year, and we always ask this question: what is the project's main objective? What is exactly problem are we are facing? We should ask question like that, and at the end of this everyone is on the same page, and we can work together for our goal, for our target. Accuracy. Accuracy, no matter how brilliant you may be, you are almost guaranteed to make a bad decision if your decisions are based on false information. What should we understand from this kind of word? For example, if you are doing something, if this thing you are doing, if this is source is false, it become false. It doesn't matter how, how, no matter you are brilliant, no matter you are successful. If your source is false, it is wrong. You must become. You should be a failure. Interested in specific timely information. How can I how can I give an example more detailed? For example, you are searching something, you are observing something, and you need to find the most truth one, truth knowledge, and you click on the sites, and you are searching the most true one, and uh, you are you are making a selection, you are making an election with help of this. Consistency. Consistency is like a logical inconsistency which involves saying or believing the inconsistent thing about a particular matter. Practical inconsistency which involves saying the one thing doing another. We can classify them two groups. And for me, for example, consider a scenario where someone claims to be an environmentalist but this person behaviors like a harmed environment. This is like a nonsense. If this person claim he is environmentalist or this person environmentalist, she or he shouldn't be behave like a harm the environment. Such as these things, such as these things makes us are we making a mistake? Something like that. And if something consistency, every step this person's doing must be an accuracy for me. Critical thinking would prompt us to question consistency between their beliefs and action. For example, we always thinking about look at this is action and look at it is beliefs that are not resemble. And if it is something like that, we cannot believe this person. Yes, completeness. I classify them four groups, four features, and I wanna summarize them like this. Think about the time when you had solved a complex problem at work. I'm always came across this kind of problem at my work. Critical thinking helped me conducting my analysis of the issue, and I am gathering all the necessary information with the help of this kind of thinking way. And at the end of this, I consider various perspectives before arriving to a solution. And I can easily say deep thinking is generally better than shallow thinking. And if I am thinking something deeply, it becomes very successful for me. Fairness. For example, all the time we always say to each other about everything, you always be fairness. Because uh, if you are thinking about something, I demand from you become an fair. And it is hard to achieve, but you should do this because look at the historian writers. If they are not fair about the history, we cannot get the right information right now from them. And uh, about the writing, about the thinking way, you should be fairness and you should be objective. If you are become a fail, if you wanna become an successful about this. Benefits of critical thinking. Benefits of critical thinking is too much. Remember the example that I give to you. These are really so important and really so solution and for my life. And I can easily say, whenever I do something, whenever I try to make something, I always thinking deeply and always try to be honest to myself. If I'm being like this, I can improve. I can achieve that I want. Barriers to critical thinking. Yes, that is the problem of our life. For example, we can easily say like this. This kind of things makes our thinking way worse. For example, let's talk about egocentrism. Egocentric thinking occurs when we view everything from our own perspective, failing to consider the other viewpoints. Egocentrism is like a Turkish meaning. You are thinking and you are looking at your side, not the other viewpoints. Self-interested thinking. Self-interested can cloud or judgment. Critical thinking demands that we set aside personal biases, priorities, objective analysis, making decisions. These are really important for us. Self-serving bias. This bias leads us to interpret information in a way that benefits us personally. And we can give an example. Historians. Critical thinking involves recognizing and challenging self-serving interpretations to arrive to a more balanced perspective. Socio-entrism. This is the tendency to view one's own social group as a superior. Critical thinkers aim to recognize and challenge such a biases, fostering inclusivity and understanding different cultures and backgrounds. For example, think about me. I am historian and I am writing about the Ottoman Empire, something and wars and something like that. And you demand from me become unfair and for example, think about the translator in our culture. We always think about them. They should know every culture. They should know their mother tongue culture and their aim lang language, culture. And if they are like this, they become more fair. They make more true decision about their searching. And the other one is conformity. Conformity can stifle critical thinking by pressuring individuals adopt the majority viewpoint. True critical thinkers are willing to stand apart from the crowd and voice their independent thoughts. We can explain and more explain this question like this. The person who is true critical thinker should be out loud and should be share their independent thoughts for the public. And last of all, relativistic thinking. Relativistic thinking suggests that there are no objective truths, and critical thinkers acknowledge that while perspective may vary, some truths can be discerned through the evidence and logical analysis. In conclusion, I can easily say critical thinking and critical writing are indispensable skills that empower us to navigate that complicated of the world. By recognizing, by knowing them and barriers, some things like that, we can do everything in our life. I'm not talking about just writing. We can do everything in our life more truly, more goodly. Thank you for listening, me everyone. Have a good life.